sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's the city of rock and roll, and this place sure is rocking as they await the start of this one. We're here at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Alongside my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and this is a matchup, Brock, that we may see many, many times in the future of this league. A couple of rookie starters leading their offenses at quarterback.
And that really does make it a measuring stick game for both of them, Kate. Rookie quarterbacks in the draft, they're always linked to each other. From the moment they're tabbed the starters in their first season, and then when you get to look across and you get to play one, you know that both of them want to be the one who leads their guys to a win, because that's a victory that'll be talked about, well, for the rest of their rookie season and beyond.
Dustin Hopkins out, ready to send this away. And here we go at Huntington Bank Field. Julius Chestnut to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. Leading him out, someone in his first NFL season, their rookie starter from Miami.
I know quarterbacks of this ilk sure excite their teammates. They love to see his explosion and that speed come to life. I also know this, Kate, that defensive coordinator on the other side, he did not sleep good all week long, knowing he could do everything right, have the right call. But that QB speed is a difference maker.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on their first play. He finds Tigakonkwo for the grab. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty.
Defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. They're trying an option play left side on 1st down. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. It keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Play action on 1st down. That's brought in by Calvin Ridley. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down.
We hear about basketball on grass so much more of the space and speed coming to the NFL game. That play's so indicative of it. Get that point guard in the open field and let him do his thing.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Pass caught by Ridley. And this one does not go far. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The throw is caught. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Let go, it's Pollard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And it'll be their rookie QB who brings them out.
Simply put, there's not a throw on the field he's not capable of making. His arm can reach every blade of grass, which as a defender is an absolute pain to have to worry about down in and down out. And as an offense, it energizes you for the possibility of a big play at any time.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. There's a give up the middle. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that gives the Browns a first.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Sent down by Cody Barton. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun. That's complete, David Njoku. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Setting up a throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. They go play action on first. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. They'll throw it again. Completed over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Now we're on the counter. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. loss on that play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They've got to like how they've been moving it early here. It's down to the opposing 45-yard line. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I think this is the part where they run away, Kate. As in run away from that monster. He's just too strong a presence to try to block them inside, and that time, it cost him some yards.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
So through one, this game, more for you defensive maestros out there. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They're moving it well, but now face a third and short. That's caught for the first. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. 16 yards on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So the incompletion on first, here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Ford. And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. A pickup of 4, that brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
It's 3rd and goal, back to throw. And he sails that one over the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. This from just 23 yards away. Carlson's kick is good. And that will get them on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Here's a return from the 7. So Tennessee headed out for its 2nd drive of the game. And coming off our first points of the ball game, they're going to take over now trailing 3-zip. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Has his man. It's Ridley. He's got to gain a 6 there. That was Martin Emerson with a stop that time.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Second and 4. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It can be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
He has the first over the middle, and they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. From the gun, they go with Pollard. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They've got a man in motion. Here's 2nd and 5. Wow, wide open here, complete. To the house for a Tennessee touchdown. The Titans take a second quarter lead. Tyler Lockett, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Titans take a 4-point lead. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Here's DeAndre Carter with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Second drive coming up for this Cleveland offense. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Well, looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They bring Tillman in motion. They'll run here, following the penalty. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
They bring the tight end in motion. Here's the give on third and short. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Going to the ground again on first. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Sent down by Cody Barton. Give him 4 yards as we have hit our 2-minute warning. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're going to face third down.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Finds him over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Pass play on 1st and 10. Hauled in by Njoku, left side. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 36. That one complete to Njoku. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that gives the Browns a first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
They've got first down from the 31. He'll throw it yet again. Connection made to Judy. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 3 now. They are throwing it again. Judy there to grab it. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Still sticking with the passing game. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They're throwing it. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
A 22-yard attempt.
Carlson's kick is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Here's Chestnut on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Titans offense headed out just before halftime. And clinging to this one-point lead, Brock, probably don't want to risk too much here. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Back to pass on 1st and 10. That throw finds Okonkwo. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. To throw it on 1st down. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. They got a man open, beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw. Has the connection to Ridley. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans will add to their lead at the end of the half. Calvin Ridley with the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Here's Slide to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Titans grow their lead to 8.
Round 6.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He's back to throw. He beams one deep right side. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Hewer.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half.